Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling George Bernard Shaw's masterpiece, Saint Joan. And let me tell you, the ideas he packed into this thing are, well, they're revolutionary and, frankly, kind of shocking. We're going to get into what he really thought about the famous girl warrior. So what if Joan of Arc wasn't this mystical saint, but a practical genius just born way, way too soon? That's the question Shaw just throws at us, right? He basically rips away the halo, smashes the stained glass window, and says, look at the real person underneath. It completely flips the script on a story we all think we know. Here's the key thing Shaw is getting at. His Joan isn't hearing magical voices from angels. Nope. Her voices are really just her own brilliant, super practical mind at work. She's a visionary, for sure, but not because she's seeing heaven. She's seeing the future. Okay, so let's get into it. How on earth does a teenage farm girl with zero training, zero status, end up leading an entire army and totally changing the course of a war? Shaw's answer? It wasn't a miracle. It was just her incredible force of will and a mind that was sharper than anyone else's. Okay, let's break down how she pulled this off. First, she just steamrolls this local squire. Her self-confidence is so off the charts, he basically has no choice but to help her. Then you've got the Dauphin, the uncrowned king, trying to hide in a crowd. Does she find him with some divine GPS? No, she just uses her eyes and some good old-fashioned shrewdness. And finally, she takes a totally demoralized army and fires them up, not with a bunch of prayers, but with a super simple common-sense strategy. Go, attack, win. And get this quote. It's not even from Joan, it's from one of her generals. He says, God is on the side of the big battalions. What does that tell you? It tells you that even the people around her knew this wasn't just about faith. It was about solid military tactics. She gave them the will, the strategy, and the numbers, the big battalions. And that's what won the day. All right, but this is where Shaw's whole idea gets, well, kind of crazy in the best way. He argues that Joan wasn't just trying to win a war. By just following her gut, her own conscience, she was accidentally inventing the modern world. And, yep, in doing so, she was basically signing her own death warrant. Okay, first up, Protestantism. We're talking centuries before Martin Luther ever nailed anything to a church door. Here comes Joan saying, yeah, God talks to me directly. She's completely bypassing the whole system. Priests, bishops, the Pope, all of them. And you gotta understand, for the church back then, this wasn't just some kid being cheeky. This was a threat to their very existence, an idea that could tear their entire world down. And then there's the second big one, nationalism. Back then, you didn't think of yourself as French. Your loyalty was to your local boss, your feudal lord. But Joan comes along with this totally new idea. No,